Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Night 2, Cast 2 of the rarely performed Troilus and Cressida here at Zoom Shakespeare. I'm Rebecca Bernstein. I'll be playing Cassandra tonight. Our cast also includes Karen Folda as Aeneas, Manny Longoria as Nestor, Kathy Drum as Priam, Mariana Nagorski as Cressida, Brian Heaton as Hector, Lindsay Steele as Helen, Jeff Dorman as Helenus and Marjorie, Alex Goldrich as Pandarus, Sarah Denton as Paris, Will Sanders as Troilus, Roderick Ost as Achilles, Liz Griven as Agamemnon, Bob Galley as Ajax, Sarah Keller as Diomedes, Terrell Wilbert as Menelaus. She also provided us with the cut of this text. Paulina Litvak as Patroclus and Alexander. Liz Griven, Elizabeth Graven as Thersites, John Rayleigh as Ulysses, Tyler Holmes as boy servant Myrmidon, and Marianne Janecka as Calchas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Troilus and Cressida.
In Troy, there lies the scene. From isles of Greece, the Princess Orgulus, their high blood chief, have to the port of Athens sent their ships, fraught with the ministers and instruments of cruel war. And their vow is made to ransack Troy, within whose strong immures the ravished Helen, Menelaus' queen, with wanton Paris sleeps. And that's the quarrel. To Tenedos they come, and the deep drawing barks to their disgorge, their warlike fraughtage. Now expectation, tickling skittish spirits, on one and the other side, Trojan and Greek, sets all at hazard. And hither am I come, a prologue armed, but not in confidence of author's pen or actor's voice, but suited in like conditions as our argument, to tell you, fair beholders, that our play leaps o'er the vaunt and firstlings of those broils, beginning in the middle, and starting thence away to what may be digested in a play. Like or find fault, do as your pleasures are, now good or bad, but 'tis the chance of war.
Call here, my varlet. I'll unarm again. Why should I war without the walls of Troy, that find such cruel battle here within? Each Trojan that is master of his heart, let him to field. Troilus, alas, hath none.
Will this gear never be mended?
The Greeks are strong and skillful to their strength, fierce to their skill, and to their fierceness valiant. But I am weaker than a woman's tear, tamer than sleep, fonder than ignorance, less valiant than the virgin in the night, and skillless as unpracticed infancy.
Well, I have told you enough of this. For my part, I'll not meddle, nor make no further. He that will have a cake out of the wheat must needs tarry the grinding.
Have I not tarried?
Aye, the grinding, but you must tarry the bolting.
Have I not tarried?
Aye, the bolting, but you must tarry the leavening.
Still I have tarried.
Aye, to the leavening, but the kneading, the making of the cake, the heating of the oven and the baking. Nay, you must stay the cooling too, or you may chance to burn your lips.
Patience herself, what goddess ere she be, doth lesser blench at sufferance than I do. At Priam's royal table do I sit, and when fair Cressida comes into my thoughts, so traitor when she comes. When is she thence?
Well, she looked yesternight fairer than ever I saw her look or any woman else.
I was about to tell thee. When my heart, as wedged with a sigh, would rive in twain, lest Hector or my father should perceive me, I have buried this sigh in wrinkle of a smile. But sorrow, that is couched in seeming gladness, is like that mirth fate turns to sudden sadness.
And her hair were not somewhat darker than Helen's. Well, go to, but there were no more comparison between the women. But for my part, she is my kinswoman. I would not, as they term it, praise her. But I would somebody had heard her talk yesterday as I did. I will not dispraise your sister Cassandra's wit, but...
Oh, Pandarus! I tell thee, Pandarus, when I do tell thee, there my hopes lie drowned. Reply not in how many fathoms deep they lie endrenched. I tell thee, I am mad in Cressida's love. Thou answerest she is fair. Pour'st in the open ulcer of my heart her eyes, her hair, her cheek, her gait, her voice. When I say I love her, instead of oil and balm, thou lay'st in every gash. That love hath given me the knife that made it.
I speak no more than truth.
Thou dost not speak so much.
Faith, I'll not meddle in it. Let her be as she is. And she be fair, 'tis the better for her. And she be not, she has the mends in her own hands.
Good Pandarus. How now, Pandarus?
I have had my labor for my travail. Ale thought on of her, and ale thought on of you. Gone between and between, but small thanks for my labor.
What? Art thou angry, Pandarus? What, with me?
Because she's kin to me, therefore she's not so fair as Helen. And she were not kin to me, she would be as fair on Friday as Helen is on Sunday. But what care I? I care not, and she were a blackamoor. 'Tis all one to me.
Say I she is not fair?
I do not care whether you do or no. She's a fool to stay behind her father. Let her to the Greeks. And so I'll tell her the next time I see her. For my part, I'll meddle nor make no more in the matter.
Pandarus?
Not I.
Sweet Pandarus.
Hey, you speak no more to me. I will leave all as I found it, and there an end.
Oh, peace, you ungracious clamors. Peace, rude sounds. Fools on both sides. Helen must needs be fair. When with your blood you daily paint her thus, I cannot fight upon this argument. It is too starved a subject for my sword. But Pandarus, oh, gods, how you plague me. I cannot come to Cressida, but by Pandar. He's as tedgy to be wooed to woo, as she is stubborn chaste against our suit.
How now, Prince Troilus? Wherefore not afield?
Because not there. This woman's answer sorts, for womanish it is to be from thence. What news, Aeneas, from the field today?
That Paris is returned home and hurt.
By whom, Aeneas?
Troilus, by Menelaus.
Let Paris bleed. 'Tis but a scar to scorn. Paris is gored with Menelaus' horn.
Who were those would buy?
Queen Hecuba and Helen,
And whither go they?
up to the eastern tower, whose height commands us subject all the vale, to see the battle. Hector, whose patience is as a virtue fixed, today was moved. Before the sun rose, he was harnessed light, and to the field goes he, where every flower did as a prophet weep what it foresaw in Hector's wrath.
What was his cause of anger?
Noise goes this: there is among the Greeks a lord of Trojan blood, nephew to Hector. They call him Ajax.
Good, and what of him?
This man, lady, hath robbed many beasts of their particular additions. He is as valiant as the lion, churlish as the bear, slow as the elephant, a man into whom nature has so crowded humors that his valor is crushed into folly, his folly sauced with discretion.
But how should this man that makes me smile make Hector angry?
They say he yesterday coped Hector in battle and struck him down. The disdain and shame whereof have ever since kept Hector fasting and waking.
Hector's a gallant man. Good morrow, Uncle Pandras.
Good morrow, Cousin Cressid. What do you talk of? Good morrow, Alexander. How do you, cousin? What were you talking of when I came? Was Hector armed and gone ere ye came to Ilium? He lay about him today, I can tell him that. And there's Troilus will come not far behind him. Let them take heed of Troilus, I can tell them that too.
What, is he angry too?
Oh, Troilus? Troilus is the better man of the two.
Oh, Jupiter, there's no comparison.
What, between Troilus and Hector? Do you know a man, if you see him?
I, if I ever saw him before and knew him.
Well, I say Troilus is Troilus.
Then you say as I say, for I am sure he is not Hector.
No, nor Hector is not Troilus in some degrees.
'Tis just to each of them. He is himself.
Himself, alas, poor Troilus. I would he were.
So he is.
Himself? No, he's not himself. Would he were himself. Well, the gods are above, and time must friend or end. Well, Troilus, well, I would my heart were in her body. No, Hector is not a better man than Troilus. The others not come to it, you shall tell me another tale, when the others come to it. Hector shall not have his wit this year. You have no judgment, niece. Helen herself praised his complexion above Paris. I swear to you, I think Helen loves him better than Paris.
Then she's a merry Greek indeed.
Nay, I'm sure she does. She came to him the other day and put her white hand to his cloven chin. I cannot choose but laugh to think how she tickled his chin. Indeed, she has a marvelous white hand, I must needs confess. She takes upon her to spy a white hair on his chin. There was such laughing. Queen Hecuba laughed that her eyes ran o'er, and Cassandra laughed, and Hector laughed.
At what was all this laughing?
Mary, at the white hair that Helen spied on Troilus' chin.
And had been a green hair, I should have laughed too.
They laughed not so much as at the hair as at his pretty answer. Quoth she, here's but 52 hairs on your chin, and one of them is white. 52 hairs, quoth he, and one white. That white hair is my father, and the rest are his sons. Jupiter, quoth she, which of these hairs is Paris, my husband? The forked one, quoth he, plucked out and give it him. There was such laughing. And Helen so blushed, and Paris so chafed, and all the rest so laughed that it passed.
So let it now, for it has been a while going by.
Well, cousin, I told you a thing yesterday, think on't.
So I do.
I'll be sworn 'tis true. He will weep you, and 'twere a man born in April.
And I'll spring up in his tears, and 'twere a nettle against May.
Hark, they're coming from the field. Shall we stand up here and see them as they toward Ilium? Good niece do, sweet niece Cressida.
At your pleasure.
Here, here's an excellent place. Here we may see them most bravely. I'll tell you them all by their names as they pass by, but mark Troilus above the rest.
Speak not so loud.
Oh, that's Aeneas. Is not that a brave man? He's one of the flowers of Troy, I can tell you. But mark, Troilus, you shall see anon.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Antenor. He has a shrewd wit, I can tell you. And he's a man good enough. He's one of the soundest judgments in whosoe'er, and a proper man of person. Whence comes Troilus? I'll show you Troilus anon. If ye see me, you shall see him nod at me. That's Hector. That. Look you, that. There's a fellow. Go thy way, Hector. He's not a brave man.
Oh, brave man.
Is it not? Does a man's heart good? Look you, what hacks are on his helmet.
Be those with swords?
Swords. Anything, he cares not, and the devil come to him, it's all one. By God's lid, it does one's heart good. Yonder comes Paris, yonder comes Paris. Look ye yonder, niece, it's not a gallant man too, is not. Why, this is brave now. Who said he came hurt home today? He's not hurt. Why, this will do Helen's heart good now, huh? Would I could see Troilus now. You shall see Troilus anon.
Who's that?
That's Helenus. I marvel what Troilus is. It's Helenus.
Can
You are not
Helenus
forced
fight?
to be, but it's Helenus.
Can Helenus fight, uncle?
Helenus? No. Yes, he'll fight indifferent well. I marvel what Troilus is. Hark, do you not hear the people cry, Troilus? Helenus is a priest.
What sneaking fellow comes yonder?
Where? Yonder. Oh, that's Dephobus. 'Tis Troilus, there's a man, niece. Brave Troilus, the prince of chivalry.
Peace, for shame, peace.
Mark him, note him. Oh, brave Troilus. Look well upon him, niece. Look how his sword is bloodied and his helm more hacked than Hector's. Look how he looks, how he goes. Oh, admirable youth. I ne'er saw 23. Go thy way, Troilus, go thy way. Had I a sister were a grace, or a daughter a goddess, he should take his choice. Oh, admirable man. Paris is dirt to him. And I warrant Helen to change would give an eye to boot.
Here come more.
Asses, fools, dolts, chaff and bran, porridge after meat. I could live and die in the eyes of Troilus. I'd rather be such a man as Troilus than Agamemnon in all Greece.
There is among the Greeks Achilles, a better man than Troilus.
Achilles? Why, have you any discretion? Have you any eyes? Do you know what a man is? Is not birth, beauty, good shape, discourse, manhood, learning, gentleness, virtue, youth, liberality, and such like, the spice and salt that season a man?
I, a minced man, and then to be baked with no date in the pie, for then the man's date's out.
You are such a woman. One knows not what award you lie.
Upon my back to defend my belly, upon my wit to defend my wiles, upon my secrecy to defend mine honesty, my mask to defend my beauty, and you to defend all these. And at all these wards I lie at 1,000 watches.
Say one of your watches.
Nay, I'll watch you for that. And that's one of the cheapest of them too. If I cannot ward what I would not have hit, I can watch you for telling how I took the blow, unless it's well past hiding and then it's past watching.
You are such another.
Sir, my lord would instantly speak with you.
Where?
At your own house. There he unarms him.
Good boy. Tell him I come. I doubt he be hurt. Fare you well, good niece.
Adieu, uncle.
I'll be with you, niece, by and by.
To bring, uncle?
Aye, a token from Troilus.
By the same token, you are a bawd. Words, vows, gifts, tears, and love's full sacrifice he offers in another's enterprise. But more in Troilus 1,000-fold I see, than in the glass of Pandar's praise may be. Yet hold I off. Women are angels wooing. Things won are done. Joy's soul lies in the doing. That she, beloved, knows not that knows not this. Men prize the thing ungained more than it is. Yet she was never yet that ever knew love got so sweet as when desire did sue. Therefore, this maxim out of love I teach. Achievement is command, ungained beseech. Then though my heart's content firm love doth bear, nothing of that shall from mine eyes appear.
Princes, what grief hath set jaundice on your cheek? It is not matter new to us that we come short of our suppose, so far that after 7 years' siege, yet Troy's walls stand. Why then, you princes, do you with cheeks abashed behold our works and call them shames?
Agamemnon, Thou great commander, nerve and bone of Greece, heart of our numbers, soul and only spirit, in whom the tempers and the minds of all should be shut up, hear what Ulysses speaks.
Speak, Prince of Ithaca.
Troy, yet upon his basis, had been down, and the great Hector's sword had lacked a master, but for these instances. The specialty of rule hath been neglected, and look, how many Grecian tents do stand hollow upon this plain, so many hollow factions, when that the general is not like the hive to whom the foragers shall all repair. What honey is expected? The grieving visited. The unworthiest shows is fairly in the mask, the heavens themselves, the planets, and this center observe degree, priority, and place, office, and custom in all line of order. But when the planets, evil mixture to disorder wander, what plagues, what portents, what mutiny, what raging of the sea, shaking of the earth, commotion in the winds, frights, changes, horrors, divert and crack, rend and deracinate the unity and married calm of states, quite from their fixture. Oh, when degree is shaked, which is the ladder to all high designs, the enterprise is sick. Take but degree away, untune that string, and hark, what discord follows. The general's disdained, by him one step below, he by the next by him below. So every step, exampled by the first pace that is sick of his superior, grows to an envious fever, a pale and bloodless emulation. And 'tis this fever that keeps Troy on foot, not her own sinews. To end a tale of length, Troy in our weakness stands, not in her strength.
Mary's boys hath Ulysses here discovered. The fever hereof of our power is sick.
The nature of the sickness found Ulysses. What is the remedy?
The great Achilles, whom opinion crowns the sinew and forehead of our host, having his ear full of his airy fame, grows dainty of his worth, and in his tent lies mocking our designs. With him, Patroclus, upon a lazy bed the lifelong day, breaks scurril jests, and with ridiculous and awkward action, which slanderer he imitation calls, he pageants us. Sometime, great Agamemnon, the topulous deputation he puts on, and like a strutting player, he acts thy greatness. At this fusty stuff, the large Achilles, on his pressed bed lolling from his deep chest, laughs out with a loud applause, cries, "Excellent! 'Tis Agamemnon just. Now play me Nestor him, and stroke thy beard." Yet God Achilles still cries, "Excellent! 'Tis Nestor right. Now play him me, Patroclus," arming to answer in a night alarm. And in this fashion, all of our abilities, gifts, natures, shapes, achievements, plots, orders, preventions, success or loss, what is or is not, serves as stuff for these two to make paradoxes.
And in the imitation of these twain, who, as Ulysses say, opinion crowns with an inferior voice, many are, in fact. Ajax is grown self-willed and bears his head in such a reign, in full a proud place, as broad Achilles keeps his tent like him, makes factious feast, rails on our state of war, bold as an oracle, and sets Thersites, a slave whose gold coin slanders like a mint, to match us in comparisons with dirt, to weaken and discredit our exposure, how rank soever, rounded in with anger.
What would you for our tent?
Is this great Agamemnon's tent? I pray you.
Even this.
How may a stranger to the most imperial looks know them from eyes of other mortals? I ask that I might waken reverence and bid the cheek be ready with a blush. Which is that God in office guiding men? Which is the high and mighty Agamemnon?
Sir, you of Troy call yourself Aeneas.
I, Greek, that is my name.
What's your affair, I pray you?
Sir, pardon, 'tis for Agamemnon's ears.
Speak frankly as the wind. It is not Agamemnon's sleeping hour. He is awake. He tells thee so himself.
Trumpet, blow loud. Send thy brass voice through all these lazy tents, and every Greek of metal, let him know what Troy means fairly shall be spoke aloud. We have great Agamemnon here in Troy, a prince called Hector, who in this dull and long continued truce is rusty grown. He bade me take a trumpet and to this purpose speak. Kings, princes, lords, if there be one among the fairest of Greece that holds his honor higher than his ease, that seeks his praise more than he fears his peril, that knows his valor and knows not his fear, to him this challenge. Hector will tomorrow with this trumpet call, midway between your tents and walls of Troy, to rouse a Grecian that is true in love. If any come, Hector shall honor him. If none, he'll say in Troy when he retires, the Grecian dames are sunburnt and not worth the splinter of a lance, even so much.
If none else, I am he.
Tell him of Nestor, one that was a man. When Hector's grandson sucked, he is old now, but if there be not in our Grecian host one noble man, hath one spark of fire, to answer for his love, to him, for me, from me, I hide my silver beard in a gold beaver, and in my vat brace put this withered brawn, and meeting him will tell him that my lady was fairer than his grandam, and as chaste as may be in the world, his youth in blood. I'll prove this truth with thy drops of blood.
Now heavens forbid such scarcity of youth.
Amen.
Fair Lord Aeneas, let me touch your hand. To our pavilion shall I lead you, sir. Achilles shall have word of this intent. So shall each lord of Greece. From tent to tent, yourself shall feast with us before you go, and find the welcome of a noble foe.
Nestor?
What says Ulysses?
I have a young conception in my brain. Be you the time to bring it to some shape? The seated pride that hath to this maturity blown up in rank Achilles must now be cropped.
Well, and how?
This challenge that the gallant Hector sends, however it is spread in general name, relates in purpose only to Achilles, but 'tis meet
the
Achilles'
purposes.
Well, let me just stop for a second. I think you're doing a different. Nestor?
What says Ulysses?
I have a young conception in my brain. Be you the time to bring it to some shape? The seated pride that hath to this maturity blown up and rank Achilles must now be cropped.
Well, and how?
This challenge that the gallant Hector sends, however it is spread in general name, relates in purpose only to Achilles. But 'tis meet Achilles, meet not Hector. Do not consent that ever Hector and Achilles meet. What glory our Achilles shares from Hector, were he not proud, we should all share with him. But he already is too insolent, and we were better parched in the Afric sun than in the pride and salt scorn of his eyes. Should he scape Hector fair, if he were foiled, why then we did our main opinion crush in taint of our best man. No, make a lottery, and by device let blockish Ajax draw the sword to fight with Hector. If the dull, brainless Ajax comes safe off, we'll dress him in voices. If he fail, yet go we under the opinion still that we still have better men. But hit or miss, our project's life this shape of sense assumes. Ajax employed plucks down Achilles' plume.
Ulysses, Now I begin to relish my advice, and I will give a taste of it forthwith to Agamemnon. Go we to him straight. Two curs shall tame each other, pride alone must tar with this on, and their bone.
Thersites.
Agamemnon, how if he had boils? Full all over, generally.
Thersites.
And those boils did run. Say so, did not the general run then? Were not that a bocce core?
Dog.
Then would some matter from him? I see none now.
Thou bitch wolf's son, canst thou not hear? Feel then, I will beat thee into handsomeness.
I shall sooner rail thee into wit and holiness. But I think thy horse will sooner con an oration than thou learn a prayer without a book.
Toadstool, learn me the proclamation.
Thou art proclaimed a fool, I think.
Do not, Porpentine, do not my fingers itch.
I would thou didst itch from head to foot, and I had the scratching of thee. I a scab from Greece.
I say, the proclamation.
Thou grumblest and railest every hour on Achilles, and thou art as full of envy at his greatness as Cerberus is at Persephone's beauty. Aye, that thou barkest at him.
Mistress Thersites.
Thou shouldst strike him. He would pun thee into shivers with his fist, as a sailor breaks a biscuit.
Thou, you horse and cur, thou stool for a witch!
Aye, do, thou sodden-witted lord. Thou hast no more brain than I have in mine elbows. Thou scurvy valiant ass. Thou art here but to thrash Trojans, thou thing of no bowels, thou.
You dog.
You scurvy lord.
You cur.
Why, how now, Ajax? Wherefore do you thus? How now, Thersites? What's the matter, woman?
You see him there, do you?
Aye, what's the matter?
Nay, look upon him.
So I do. What's the matter?
Nay, but regard him well.
Well, why? I do so.
But yet you look not well upon him. For whosoever you take him to be, he is Ajax.
I know that fool.
Aye, but that fool knows not himself.
Therefore I beat thee.
Lo! What modicums of wit he utters. I have bobbed his brain more than he has beat my bones. I will buy 9 sparrows for a penny, and his piameta is not worth the 9th part of a sparrow. This Lord Achilles, Ajax, who wears his wit in his belly and his guts on his head, I'll tell you what I say of him.
What?
I say this, Ajax.
Nay, good, Ajax.
Has not so much wit.
Nay, I must hold you.
Stop the eye of Helen's needle for whom it comes.
Say peaceful!
I would have peace and quietness, but the fool will not. He there, that he, look you there.
Oh, thou damned cur, I shall.
Will you set your wit to a fool's?
No, I warn you, for a fool's will shame it. Oh, now he's on mute.
Bye.
No,
Good
I
words,
warn you,
Thersites.
for a fool's will shame it.
Good words, Thersites again.
What is the quarrel?
I bade the vile owl go learn me the tenor of the proclamation, and he roils on me.
I serve thee not.
Well, go to.
I serve here voluntarily.
Your last service was sufferance. 'Twas not voluntary. No man is beaten voluntary. Ajax was here the voluntary, and you as under an empress.
Even so, a great deal of your wit, too, lies in your sinews. Hector shall have a great catch if he knock out either of your brains. He were as a good crack a fusty nut with no kernel.
What? With me too, Thersites?
Ulysses and old Nestor, whose wit was moldy ere your grandsires had nails on their toes, yoke you like draught oxen and make you plow up the wars.
I shall cut out your tongue.
'Tis no matter. I shall speak as much as thou.
No more words, Thersites. Peace.
I will hold my peace when Achilles' Brock bids me shall I.
There's for you, Patroclus.
I will see you hanged, like cock plows, ere I come any more to your tents. I will keep where there is wit stirring, and leave the faction of the fools.
A good riddance.
Marry, this, sir, is proclaimed through all our host. That Hector, by the 5th hour of the sun, will with a trumpet twixt our tents in Troy, tomorrow morning call some knights to arms. That hath a stomach, anyway. And such a one that dare maintain, I know not what. 'Tis trash. Farewell.
Farewell. Who shall answer him?
I know not. 'Tis put to lottery. Otherwise he knew his man.
Oh, meaning you. I will go learn more of it.
After so many hours, lives, speeches spent, thus once again from, says Nestor from the Greeks, deliver Helen, and all damage else shall be struck off. Hector, what say you to it?
Though no man lesser fears the Greeks than I, as far as toucheth my particular. Yet, dread Priam, there is no lady of more softer bowels, more spongy to suck in the sense of fear, more ready to cry out, who knows that follows, than Hector is. The wound of peace is surety secure, but modest doubt is called the beacon of the wise. The tent that searches to the bottom of the worst, let Helen go. Since the first sword was drawn about this question, every tithe soul mongst many thousands dismissed hath been as dear as Helen. I mean of ours. If we have lost so many tenths of ours to guard a thing not ours nor worth to us, had it our name the value of 1/10, what merits in that reason which denies the yielding of her up?
Fie, my brother. Weigh you the worth and honor of a king so great as our dread father in a scale of common ounces? Will you with counters sum the past proportion of his infinite, and buckle in a waist most fathomless with spans and inches, so diminutive as fears and reasons? Fie, for godly shame.
No marvel, though you bite so sharp at reasons, you are so empty of them. Should not our father bear the great sway of his affairs with reasons, because your speech hath none that tells him so?
You are for dreams and slumbers, brother priest. You fur your gloves with reason. Here are your reasons. You know an enemy intends you harm. You know a sword employed is perilous, and reason flies the object of all harm. Who marvels then, when Helenus beholds a Grecian and his sword, if he do set the very wings of reason to his heels, and fly like chidden Mercury from Jove, or like a star disorbed. Nay, if we talk of reason, let's shut our gates and sleep. Reason and respect make livers pale and lustihood deject.
Brother, she is not worth what she doth cost the holding.
What is aught but as 'tis valued?
But value dwells not in particular will. It holds his estimate and dignity as well wherein 'tis precious of itself, as in the prizer. 'Tis mad idolatry to make the service greater than the god, and the will dotes that the attributive to what infectiously itself affects without some image of the affected merit.
We turn not back the silks upon the merchant when we have soiled them, nor the remainder viands we do not throw in unrespective sieve, because we now are full. It was thought meet Paris should do some vengeance on the Greeks. Your breath of full consent bellied his sails. He brought a Grecian queen, whose youth and freshness wrinkles Apollo's and makes stale the morning. Why keep we her? Is she worth keeping? If you'll avouch 'twas wisdom Paris went, as you must needs, for you all cried, go, go. If you'll confess he brought home noble prize, as you must needs, for you all clapped your hands and cried inestimable. Why do you now the issue of your proper wisdom's rate, and do a deed that fortune never did, beggar the estimation which you prized, richer than sea and land? Oh, theft most base, that we have stolen what we do fear to keep. But thieves, unworthy of a thing so stone, that in their country did them disgrace, we fear to warrant in our native place.
Cry, Trojans, cry!
What noise? What shriek is this?
'Tis our mad sister, I do know her voice.
Cry, Trojans!
It is Cassandra.
Cry, Trojans, cry. And lend me 10,000 eyes, and I will find them with prophetic tears.
Peace, sister, peace.
Virgins and boys, mid-aged and wrinkled out, soft in infancy, that nothing can but cry out to my clamors. Let us pay betimes a motive that mass of moan to come. Cry, Trojans, cry. Practice your eyes with tears. Troy must not be, nor goodly Ilion stand. Our firebrand brother Paris burns us all. Cry, Trojans, cry. A Helen and a woe. Cry, cry. Trojan burns, or else let Helen go.
Now, youthful Troilus, do not these high strains of divination in our sister work some touches of remorse? Or is your blood so madly hot that no discourse of reason nor fear of bad success and a bad cause can qualify the same?
Hector, Cassandra's mad. Her brain-sick raptures cannot distaste the goodness of a quarrel which hath our several honors all engaged to make it gracious.
I attest the gods your full consent gave wings to my propension and cut off all fears attending on so dire a project. Perish should never retract what he hath done, nor faint in the pursuit.
Paris, you speak like one besotted on your sweet delights. You have the honey still, but these the gall. So, to be valiant is no praise at all.
Sir, I propose not merely to myself the pleasure such a beauty brings with it, but I would have the soil of fair rape wiped off in honorable keeping her. What treason were it to the ransacked queen, disgrace to your great worth and shame to me, now to deliver her possession up on terms of base compulsion? Can it be that so degenerate a strain as this should once set footing in your gracious bosoms? There's not the meanest spirit in our party without a heart to dare or sword to draw when Helen is defended, nor none so noble, whose life were ill bestowed or death unfamed. Where Helen is the subject, then I say, well, we well may we fight for her whom we know well. The world's large spaces cannot parallel.
Paris and Troilus, you have both said well. And on the cause in question now in hand have glozed but superficially. The reasons you allege do more conduce to the hot passion of distempered blood than to make up a free determination twixt right and wrong. Nature craves all dues be rendered to their owners. Now what nearer debt in all humanity than wife is to the husband? If Helen be wife to Sparta's king, as it is known she is, these moral laws of nature and of nations speak aloud to have her back returned. Thus to persist in doing wrong extenuates not wrong, but makes it much more heavy. Hector's opinion is this in way of truth. Yet nevertheless, my sprightly brethren, I propone to you in resolution to keep Helen still. For 'tis a cause that hath no mean dependence upon our joint and several dignities.
Why, there you touched the life of our design. Were it not glory that were more affected than the performance of our heaving spleens, I would not wish a drop of Trojan blood spent more in her defense. But worthy Hector, she is a theme of honor and renown, a spur to valiant and magnanimous deeds, whose present courage may beat down our foes, and fame in time to come canonize us. For, I presume, brave Hector would not lose so rich advantage of a promised glory as smiles upon the forehead of this action for the wide world's revenue.
I am yours, you valiant offspring of great Primus. I have a roisting challenge sent amongst the dun and factious nobles of the Greeks, will strike amazement in their drowsy spirits. I was advertised their great generals slept, while stimulation in the army crept. This, I presume, will wake him.
How now, Thyestes? What lost in the labyrinth of that fury? Shall the elephant Ajax carry it thus? He beats me, and I rail at him. Oh, worthy satisfaction! Would it were otherwise, that I could beat him while he raileth at me. It's afoot. I'll learn to conjure and raise devils, but I'll see some issue of my spiteful execrations. Then there's Achilles, a rare engineer. If Troy be not taken till these two undermine it, the walls will stand till they fall of themselves. What ho, my lord Achilles?
Who's there? Thersites. Good Thersites, come in and rail.
If I could have remembered a gilt counterfeit, thou wouldst not have slipped out of my contemplation. But it is no matter. Thyself upon thyself. The common curse of mankind, folly and ignorance, be thine in great revenue. Where's Achilles?
Who's there?
Thersites, my lord.
Where? Where? Art thou come? Why, my cheese, my digestion, why hast thou not served thyself into my table so many meals? Come, what's Agamemnon?
Thy commander, Achilles. Then tell me, Patroclus, what's Achilles?
Thy lord, Thersites? Then tell me, I pray thee, what's thyself?
Thy knower, Patroclus. Then tell me, Patroclus, what art thou?
Thou mayst tell that knowest.
Oh, tell.
I'll decline the whole question. Agamemnon commands Achilles. Achilles is my lord. I am Patroclus' knower, and Patroclus is a fool.
You rascal.
Peace, fool, I have not done.
Proceed, Thyestes.
Agamemnon is a fool. Achilles is a fool. Thersites is a fool. And as aforesaid, Patroclus is a fool.
Derive this. Come.
Agamemnon is a fool to offer to command Achilles. Achilles is a fool to be commanded of Agamemnon. Thersites is a fool to serve such a fool, and Patroclus is a fool positive.
Why am I a fool?
Make that demand of the Creator. It suffices me, thou art. Look you, who comes here?
Patroclus, I'll speak with nobody. Come in with me, Thersites.
Here is such patchery, such juggling, and such knavery. All the argument is a cuckold and a whore. A good quarrel to draw emulous factions and bleed to death upon. War and lechery confound all.
Where is Achilles?
Within his tent, but ill-disposed, my lord.
Let it be known to him that we are here. He sent our messengers, and we lay by our appertainments visiting of him. Let him be told so, lest perchance he think we dare not move the question of our place, or know not what we are.
I shall say so to him.
We saw him at the opening of his tent. He is not sick.
Yes, lion sick. Sick of proud heart, you may call it melancholy. If you will favor the man, but my head 'tis pride. But why? Why? Let him show us the cause. A word, my lord.
What moves Ajax thus to bay at him?
Achilles has inveigled his fool from him.
Who? Thersites?
He.
Then will Ajax lack matter if he have lost his argument?
No, you see, he is his argument that has his argument, Achilles.
All the better. Their fraction is more our wish than their faction. But it was a strong composure of the fool who could disunite.
The amity that wisdom knits not, folly may easily untie. Here comes Patroclus.
No, Achilles with him.
The elephant has joints, but none for courtesy. His legs are for necessity, not for flexion.
Achilles bids me say he is much sorry, if anything more than your sport and pleasure did move your greatness and this noble state to call upon him. He hopes it is no other but your health and your digestion's sake and after dinner's breath.
Hear you, Patroclus, we are too well acquainted with these answers. We come to speak with him, and you shall not sin. If you do say we think him over-proud and under-honest, in self-assumption greater than in note of judgment, go tell him this, and add that if he overhold his price so much, will none of him. Tell him so.
I shall, and bring his answer presently.
In second voice will not be satisfied. We come to speak with him. Ulysses, enter you.
What is he more than another?
No more than what he thinks he is.
Is he so much? Do you not think he thinks himself a better man than I am?
No question.
Will you subscribe his thought and say he is?
No, noble Ajax, you are as strong, as valiant, as wise, no less noble, much more gentle, and altogether more tractable.
Why should a man be proud? How doth pride grow? I know not what pride is.
Your mind is the clearer, Ajax, and your virtues the fairer. He is proud, eats up himself. Pride is his own glass, his own trumpet, his own chronicle, and whatever praises itself, but in the deed devours the deed in the praise.
I do hate a proud man, as I hate the engendering of toads.
Achilles will not to the field tomorrow.
What's his excuse?
He doth rely on none, but carries on the stream of his dispose without observance or respect of any, in will particular and in self-admission.
Why will he not, upon our fair request, untent his person and share the air with us?
Things small as nothing, for request's sake only, he makes important. Possessed he is with greatness, and speaks not to himself, but with a pride that quarrels and self-breath. Imagine worth holds in his blood such swollen and hot discourse that twixt his mental and his active parts, kingdomed Achilles in commotion rages and batters down himself. What should I say? He is so plaguey proud that the death tokens of it cry, no recovery.
Let Ajax go to him. Dear Lord, go you, and greet him in his tent. 'Tis said he holds you well, and will be led at your request a little from himself.
O Agamemnon, let it not be so. We'll consecrate the steps that Ajax makes when they go from Achilles. Shall the proud lord that bastes his arrogance with his own theme and never suffers matters of the world enter his thoughts, save such as do resolve and ruminate himself? Shall he be worshipped? Of that we hold an idol more than he? No, this thrice worthy and right valiant lord must not so stale his palm, nobly acquired by going to Achilles. That were to enlarge his fat already pride. The Lord go to him, Jupiter forbid, and say in thunder, Achilles go to him.
If I go to him with my armed fist, I'll pash him over the face.
Oh, no, you shall not go.
And be a proud with me, I'll freeze his pride. Let me go to him.
Not for the worth that hangs upon our quarrel.
Paltry, insolent fellow, I will knead him. I will make him supple.
Thank the heavens, Lord, thou art of sweet composure. Praise him that got thee, she that gave thee suck. Famed be thy tutor, and thy parts of nature thrice famed, beyond all erudition. There is no tarrying here. Heart Achilles keeps thicket. Please, at our great general, to call together all his state of war. Fresh kings are come to Troy tomorrow. We must with all our main power stand fast. And here's a Lord, come knights from east to west, and cull their flower, Ajax shall cope the best.
Go we to council. Let Achilles sleep. Light boats sail swift, though greater hulks draw deep.
Friend, you, pray you, a word. Do you not follow the young Lord Paris?
I, sir, when he goes before me.
You know me, do you not?
Faith, sir, superficially.
Friend, know me better. I'm the Lord Pandarus.
I hope I shall know your honor better.
I do desire it. What music is this?
I do but partly know, sir. It is music in part.
Know you who they play to?
To the hearers, sir.
At whose pleasure, friend?
At mine, sir, and there's that love music.
Friend, we understand not one another. I am too courtly, and thou art too cunning. At whose request do these men play?
That's to it indeed, sir. Marry, sir. At the request of Paris, my lord, who's there in person, with him the mortal Venus, the heart-blood of beauty, love's invisible...
Oh, my cousin Cressida.
No, sir, Helen. Could you not find out that by her attributes?
It should seem, fellow, that thou hast not seen the Lady Cressida. I come to speak with Paris from the Prince Troilus. Fair be to you, my lord, and to all this fair company. Fair desires in all fair measure fairly guide them, especially to you, fair queen. Fair thoughts be your fair pillow.
Dear Lord, you are full of fair words.
My lord, will you vouchsafe me a word? My dear lord and most esteemed friend, your brother Troilus commends himself most affectionately to you, and, my lord, he desires you that, if the king call for him at supper, you will make his excuse.
What exploits in hand? Where subs he tonight?
You must know where he subs.
I'll lay my life with Cressida.
No. No such matter. You are wide.
Well, I'll make excuse.
Aye, my good lord. Why should you say Cressida?
I spy.
You spy? What do you spy? Come, come, I'll hear no more of this. I'll sing you a song now.
Aye, pray thee now, by my troth, sweet lord, thou hast a fine forehead. Let thy song be love. This love will undo us all. Oh, Cupid, Cupid, Cupid.
Love. Aye, that a child, the faith.
Aye, good now. Love, love, nothing but love.
In good troth, it begins so. Love, love, nothing but love. Still more. For, oh, love's bow shoots buck and doe. The shaft confounds, not that it wounds, but tickles still the sore. These lovers cry, oh, oh, they die. Yet that which seems the wound to kill doth turn, oh, oh, to ha, ha, he. So dying love loves still. Oh, oh, a while, but ha, ha, ha. Oh, oh, groans out for ha, ha, ha. Hey, ho.
In love, I fade to the very tip of the nose.
He eats nothing but doves. Love, and that breeds hot blood, and hot blood begets hot thoughts, and hot thoughts beget hot deeds, and hot deeds is love.
Is this the generation of love? Hot blood, hot thoughts, and hot deeds. Why, they are vipers. Is love a generation of vipers? Sweet Lord, who's afield today?
Hector, Deiphobus, Helenus, Antenor, and all the gallantry of Troy. I would fain have armed today, but my Nell would not have it so. How chanced my brother Troilus went not?
He hangs the lip at something you know all, Lord Pandrus.
Not I, honey, sweet queen. I long to hear how they sped today. You'll remember your brother's excuse?
To a hair.
Farewell, sweet queen.
Commit me to your niece.
I will, sweet queen. How now, how now? Have you seen my cousin?
No, Pandrus. I stalk about her door, like a strange stole upon the Stygian banks, staying for waftage. Oh, gentle Pandrus, from Cupid's shoulder pluck his painted wings, and fly with me to Cressida.
Walk here in the orchard. I'll bring her straight.
I am giving. Expectation whirls me round. The imaginary relish is so sweet that it enchants my sense. What will it be when that the watery palate tastes indeed love's thrice reputed nectar? Death, I fear me, swooning destruction, or some joy too fine, too subtle, potent, turned too sharp in sweetness. For the capacity of my ruder powers, I fear it much.
She's making her ready. She'll come straight. You must be witty now. She does so blush, and fetches her wind so short as if she were frayed with a sprite. I'll fetch her. It is the prettiest villain. She fetches her breath as short as a noon-ta'en sparrow.
Even such a passion doth embrace my bosom. My heart beats thicker than a feverous pulse, and all my powers do their bestowing lose, like vassalage at unawares encountering the eye of majesty.
Come, come, what need you blush? Shame's a baby. Here she is now. Swear the oath now to her that you have sworn to me. Well, you've gone again. Must be watched ere you are made tame, must you? Come your ways, and you draw backward, we'll put you in the fills. Why do you not speak to her? Come, draw this curtain, and let's see your picture. Alas the day, how loath you are to offend daylight. And 'twere dark you'd close sooner. So, Rub on and kiss the mistress. How now? A kiss and fee farm. Build there, carpenter. The air is sweet. Nay, shall fight your hearts out ere I part you. The falcon has the tercel. For all the ducks in the river, go to, go to.
You have bereft me of all words, lady.
Ugh. Words pay no debts, give her deeds. But she'll bereave you of the deeds too if she call your activity in question. What, billing again? Here's, in witness whereof the parties interchangeably. Come in, come in. I'll go get a fire.
Will you walk in, my lord?
Cressida, how often have I wished me thus?
Wished, my lord. The gods grant. Oh, my lord.
What should they grant? What makes this pretty abruption? What to curious drag espies my sweet lady in the fountain of our love?
More dregs than water, if my fears have eyes.
Oh, fears make devils of cherubims, they never see truly.
Blind fear, that seeing reason leads, finds safer footing than blind reason stumbling without fear. To fear the worst oft cures the worst.
Oh, let my lady apprehend no fear. In all Cupid's pageant there is presented no monster.
Nor nothing monstrous, either?
Nothing but our undertakings. When we vow to weep seas, live in fire, eat rocks, tame tigers, thinking it harder for our mistress to devise imposition enough than for us to undergo any difficulty imposed. This is the monstrosity in love, lady, that the will is infinite and the execution confined, that the desire is boundless and the act slave.
They say all lovers swear more performance than they are able, and yet reserve an ability that they never perform, vowing more than the perfection of 10, less than the 10th part of one. They that have the voice of lions and the act of hares, are they not monsters?
Are there such? Such are not we. Praise us as we are tasted. Allow us as we prove. Our head shall go bare till merit crown it. No perfection in reversion shall have a praise in present. We will not name desert before his birth. And being born, his addition shall be humble. Few words to fair faith. Troilus shall be such to Cressida as with envy can say worst shall be a mock for his truth. And what truth can speak truest, not truer than Troilus?
Will you walk in, my lord?
What? Blushing still, have you not done talking yet?
Well, uncle, what folly I commit, I dedicate to you.
Oh, I thank you for that. If my lord get a boy of you, you'll give him me.
You know now your hostages, your uncle's word and my firm
Nay, I'll give my
faith.
word for her too. Our kindred, though they be long ere they are wooed, they are constant, being one. They are burrs, I can tell you. They'll stick where they are thrown.
Boldness comes to me now and brings me heart. Prince Troilus, I have loved you night and day for many weary months.
Was my Cressida then so hard?
Hard to seem one, but I was one, my lord, with the first glance that ever... Pardon me. If I confess much, you will play the tyrant. I love you now. But not till now so much but I might master it. In faith I lie, my thoughts were like unbridled children grown too headstrong for their mother. Sleepy fool! Why have I blabbed? We shall be true to us if we are so unsecret to ourselves. But though I loved you well, I wooed you not. And yet, good faith, I wished myself a man, or that we women had men's privilege of speaking first. Sweet, bid me hold my tongue, for in this rapture I will surely speak the thing I shall repent. See, your silence, cunning and dumbness, from my weakness draws my very soul of counsel. Stop my mouth.
And shall albeit sweet music issues thence.
My lord, I do beseech you, pardon me. 'Twas not my purpose thus to beg a kiss. I am ashamed. Oh heavens, what have I done? For this time will I take my leave, my lord.
Your leave, sweet Cressida? What offends you, lady?
Sir, mine own company.
You cannot shun yourself.
Let me go and try. I have a kind of self resides with you, but an unkind self that itself will leave to be another's fool. I would be gone. Where is my wit? I know not what I speak. Perchance, my lord, I show more craft than love, and fell so roundly to a large confession to angle for your thoughts. But you are wise, or else you love not. For to be wise and love exceeds man's might, that dwells with gods above.
Oh, that I thought it could be in a woman. As if it can, I will presume in you. To feed for aye her lamp and flames of love, to keep her constancy in plight and youth, outliving beauty's outward, with a mind that doth renew swifter than blood decays. Or that persuasion could but thus convince me that my integrity and truth to you might be affronted with the match and weight of such a winnowed purity in love. How were I then uplifted? But alas, I am as true as truth's simplicity, and simpler than the infancy of truth.
In that I'll war with you.
Oh, virtuous fight! When right with right wars, who shall be most right? True swains in love shall in the world to come approve their truths by Troilus, when their rhymes, full of protest, of oath and big compare, want similes, truth tired with iteration, as true as steel, as planted to the moon, as sun today, as turtle to her mate, as iron to adamant, as earth to her center. Yet, after all comparisons of truth, as truth's authentic author to be cited, as true as Troilus shall crown up the verse and sanctify the numbers.
Prophet may you be, if I be false or swerve a hair from truth, when time is old and hath forgot itself, when water drops have worn the stones of Troy, and blind oblivion swallowed cities up, and mighty states, characterless, are grated to dusty nothing.
Go ahead, silly
Yet
boy.
let memory from false monks.
Yet after all comparisons of truth, as truth's authentic author to be cited, as true as Troilus shall crown up the verse and sanctify the numbers.
Prophet may you be, if I be false or swerve a hair from truth. When time is old and hath forgot itself, when water drops have worn the stones of Troy, and blind oblivion swallowed cities up, and mighty states, characterless, are grated to dusty nothing, yet let memory, from false to false among false maids in love, upbraid my falsehood. When they've said, as false as air, as water, wind, or sandy earth, as fox to lamb, as wolf to effort's calf, pard to the hind, or stepdame to her son. Yea, let them say, to stick the heart of falsehood, as False as Cressida.
Go to a bargain. Sit. I'll be the witness. Here I hold your hand. You're my cousins. If ever you prove false to one another, since I have taken such pains to bring you together, let all pitiful goers between be called to the world and after my name. Call them panders. Let all constant men be Troiluses, all false women Cressids, and all brokers between panders. Say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Whereupon I shall show you a chamber with a bed, which bed, because it shall not speak of your pretty encounters, press it to death. Away, and Cupid grant all tongue-tied maidens here bed, chamber, pander to provide this gear.
Now, princes, for the service I have done you, the advantage of the time prompts me aloud to call for recompense. I have abandoned Troy, left my possession, incurred a traitor's name, exposed myself from certain and possessed conveniences to doubtful fortunes, sequestering from me all that time, acquaintance, custom, and condition made tame and most familiar to my nature. And here to do you service and become as new into the world, strange, unacquainted. I do beseech you, as in way of taste, to give me now a little benefit out of those many registered in promise, which you say live to come in my behalf.
What wouldst thou of us, Trojan? Make demand.
You have a Trojan prisoner called Antenor. Yesterday took. Troy holds him very dear. Often have you, thanks therefore, desired my Cressid in right great exchange, whom Troy hath still denied. But this Antenor, I know, is such a rest in their affairs, that their negotiations all must slack, wanting his manage. And they will almost give us a prince of blood, a son of Priam, in change of him. Let him be sent, great princes, and he shall buy my daughter, and her presence shall quite strike off all service I have done in most accepted pain.
Let Diomedes bear him and bring us Cressid hither. Calchas shall have what he requests of us. Good Diomed, furnish your ferry for this interchange. Withal, bring wood if Hector will tomorrow be answered in his challenge. Ajax is ready.
This shall I undertake, and 'tis a burden which I am proud to bear.
Achilles stands in the entrance of his tent, pleased our general to pass strangely by him, as if he were forgot, and princes all lay negligent and loose regard upon him. I will come last. 'Tis like he'll question me why such unpositive eyes are bent on him. If so, I have derision medicinable to use between your strangeness and his pride, which his own will shall have desire to drink. It may be good. Pride hath no other glass to show itself but pride. For supple knees feed arrogance, and are the proud man's fees.
We'll execute your purpose and put on a form of strangeness as we pass along. So do each lord, and either greet him not, or else disdainfully, which shall shake him more than if not looked on. I will lead the way.
What, comes the great general to speak with me? You know my mind, I'll fight no more against Troy.
What says Achilles? Would he aught with us?
Courtier, my lord, alt with the general.
No.
Nothing, my lord.
The better.
Good day, good day.
How do you? How do you?
What, does the cuckold scorn me?
How now, Patroclus?
Good morrow, Ajax.
Huh?
Good morrow.
Aye, and good next day, too.
What mean these fellows? Know they not Achilles?
They pass by strangely. They were used to bend, to send their smiles before them to Achilles, to come as humbly as they used to creep to holy altars.
What, am I poor of late? To certain greatness once fallen out with fortune must fall out with men too. What the declined is, he shall as soon read in the eyes of others as fall in his own fall. For men, like butterflies, shall show not their mealy wings but to the summer. And not a man for being simply man hath any honor, but honor for those honors that are without him, as place, riches, favor, prizes of accident as oft as merit, which when they fall, as being slippery standards, the love that leaned on them as slippery too, do one pluck down another and together die in the fall. But 'tis not so with me. Fortune and I are friends. I do enjoy at ample point all that I did possess, save these men's looks, who do, methinks, find out something not worth in me, such rich beholding as they have often given. Ah, here's Ulysses. I'll interrupt his reading. Hey now, Ulysses, what are you reading?
Strange fellow here writes me that man, how dearly ever parted, how much in having or without or in, cannot make boast to have that which he hath, nor feels not what he owes, but by reflection, as when his virtues shining upon others heat him and retort that heat again to the first giver.
Ah, this is not strange, Ulysses. The beauty that is born here in the face the bearer knows not, but commends itself to others' eyes, nor doth the eye itself, that most pure spirit of sense, behold itself, not going from itself, but eye to eye opposed salutes each other with each other's form. For speculation turns not to itself, till it hath travelled in and is mirrored there, where it may see itself. This is not strange at all.
I do not strain at the position, it is familiar, but at the author's drift, who in his circumstance expressly proves that no man is the lord of anything, though in and of him there be much consisting, till he communicate his parts to others. Nor doth he of himself know them for aught, till he behold them formed in the applause where they're extended, who, like an arch, reverberate the voice again, or like a gate of steel fronting the sun, receives and renders back his figure at his heat. I was much wrapped in this, and apprehended here immediately the unknown Ajax. Heavens, what a man is there! A very horse, that he knows not what nature, what things there are, most abject in regard and dear in use, what things again most dear in the extreme and poor in worth. Now shall we see tomorrow an act that very chance doth throw upon him, Ajax renowned. Oh heavens, what some men do, while some men leave to do. How some men creep in skittish fortune's hall, while others play the idiots in their eyes. How one man eats into another's pride, while pride is festing in his wantonness. to see these Grecian lords. Why, even already they clap the lover Ajax on his shoulder as if his foot were on brave Hector's breast, and great Troy shrieking.
I do believe it, for they passed by me as misers do by beggars. Neither gave to me good word nor look. What, are my deeds forgot?
Time hath, my lord, a wallet at his back, whereon he puts alms for oblivion. The great-sized monster of ingratitudes, those scraps of good deeds past, which are devoured as fast as they are made, forgot as soon as done. Perseverance, dear my lord, keeps honor bright. To have done is to hang quite out of fashion, like a rusty mail in monumental mockery. Take the instant way, for honor travels in a strait so narrow that where one goes abreast, keep them the path. For emulation hath 1,000 sons that one by one pursue. If you give way, or hedge aside from the direct forefright, like to an entered tide, they all rush by and leave you hindmost. Or like a gallant horse fallen in first rank, lie there for pavement to the abject rear, overrun and trampled on. Then what they do in present, though less than yours in past, must overtop yours. For time is like a fashionable host that slightly shakes his parting guest by the hand, and with arms outstretched as he would fly grasps in the comer. Welcome ever smiles, and farewell goes out sighing. Oh, let not virtue seek remuneration for the thing it was. For beauty, wit, high birth, vigor of bone, desert and service, love, friendship, charity are subjects all to envious and calumniating time. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. That all with one constant praise, newborn gods, though they were made and molded of things past, and give to dust that is a little guilt, more love than guilt overdusted. The present eye praises the present object. Then marvel not, thou great and complete man, that all the Greeks begin to worship Ajax, since things in motion sooner catch the eye than what not stirs. The cry that once went on thee, and still it might, and yet it may again, if thou wouldst not entomb thyself alive and case thy reputation in thy tent, whose glorious deeds, but in these fields of late, made emulous missions mongst the gods themselves, and drave great Mars to faction.
Of this, my privacy, I have strong reasons.
But 'gainst your privacy, the reasons are more potent and heroical. 'Tis known, Achilles, that you're in love with one of Priam's daughters.
No.
Is that a wonder? The Providence that's in watchful state knows almost every grain of Plutus's gold, finds bottom in the uncomprehensive deeps, keeps pace with thought, and almost like the gods doth thoughts unveil in their dumb cradles. There is a mystery, with whom relation durst never meddle. In the soul of state, which hath an operation more divine than breath or pen can give expression to, all the commerce that you have had with Troy, as perfectly is ours as yours, my lord. And better it would fit Achilles much to throw down Hector than Polyexa. But it must grieve Pyrrhus now at home, when fame in our islands sound her trump, and all the Greekish girls shall tripping along. Great Hector's sister did Achilles win, but our great Ajax bravely beat down him. Farewell, my lord. I, as your lover, speak. The fool slides o'er the ice that you should break.
To this effect, Achilles, have I moved you. A woman impudent and mannish grown is not more loathed than an effeminate man in time of action. I stand condemned for this. They think my little stomach to this war and your great love to me restrains you thus. Sweet, rouse yourself, and the weak, wanton Cupid shall from your neck unloose his amorous fold, and like a dewdrop from the lion's mane be shook to air.
Shall Ajax fight with Hector?
Aye, and perhaps receive much honor by him.
I see my reputation is at stake. My fame is truly gored.
Oh, then beware. Those wounds heal ill that men do give themselves. Omission to do what is necessary seals a commission to a blank of danger. And danger, like an ague, subtly taints, even then when we sit idly in the sun.
Go call Thersites hither, sweet Patroclus. I'll send the fool to Ajax and desire him to invite the Trojan lords after the combat to see us here unharmed. I have a woman's longing, an appetite that I am sick withal, to see great Hector in his weeds of peace, to talk with him, and to behold his visage, even to my full view.
A wonder.
What?
Ajax goes up and down the field. He must fight singly tomorrow with Hector, and is so prophetically proud of a heroical cudgeling that he raves in saying nothing. The man's undone forever. For if Hector break not his neck in the combat, he'll break it himself in vain glory. He knows not me. I said, "Good morrow, Ajax," and he replies, "Thanks, Agamemnon." What think you of this man that takes me for the general? He's grown a very land-fish, languidless monster.
Thou must be my ambassador to him, Thersites.
Who? I? Well, I'll answer nobody. He professes not answering. Speaking is for beggars. He wears his tongue in arms.
Come, thou shalt bear a letter to him straight.
Let me bear another to his horse, for that's the more capable creature.
My mind is troubled like a fountain stirred. I myself see not the bottom of it.
Would the fountain of your mind were clear again, that I might water an ass at it. I'd rather be a tick and a sheep than such a valiant ignorance.
In person. Had I so good occasion to lie long as you, Prince Paris, nothing but heavenly business should rob my bedmate of my company.
That's my mind too. Good morrow, Lord Aeneas.
A valiant Greek, Aeneas, take his hand.
Health to you, valiant sir, during all question of the gentle truth. But when I meet you armed, as black defiance as heart can think or courage execute.
Our bloods are now in calm, and so long health. But when contention and occasion meet, by Jove, I'll play the hunter for thy life with all my force, pursuit, and policy.
And thou shalt hunt a lion that will fly with his face backward. In human gentleness, welcome to Troy. We know each other well.
We do, and long to know each other worse.
This is the most despiteful, gentle greeting that e'er I heard of. What business, Lord, so early?
I was sent for the king, but why, I know not.
His purpose meets you. 'Twas to bring this Greek to Calchas' house, and there to render him, for the enfreed and tenor, the fair Cressida. Haste there before us. My brother Troilus lodges there tonight. Rouse him and give him note of our approach. I fear we shall be much unwelcome.
That I assure you. Troilus had rather Troy were born to Greece than Cressida born from Troy.
There is no help. The bitter disposition of the time will have it so. On Lord, we'll follow you.
Good morrow, all.
And tell me, noble Diomed, faith, tell me true, even in the soul of sound good fellowship, who in your thoughts merits fair Helen's best, myself or Menelaus?
Both alike. He merits well to have her, that doth seek her, not making any scruple of her soilure, and you as well to keep her, that defend her, not palading the taste of her dishonor. He, like a puling cuckold, would drink up the lees and dregs of a flat-tamed peace. You, like a lecher, out of whorish loins are pleased to breed out of your inheritors. Both merits poised, each weighs nor less nor more, but he is he, the heavier for a whore.
You are too bitter to your countrywoman.
She's bitter to her country. Hear me, Paris. For every false drop in her body veins, a Grecian's life hath sunk. For every scruple of her contaminated carrion weight, a Trojan hath been slain. Since she could speak, she hath not given so many good words breath as for her Greeks and Trojans suffered death.
Fair Diomed, you as chapmen do praise the thing that you desire to buy, but we in silence hold this virtue well. We'll but commend what we intend to sell. Here lies our way.
Trouble not yourself, the morn is cold.
I'll call mine uncle down. He shall unbolt the gates.
Trouble him not. To bed. To bed. Sleep, kill those pretty eyes, and give as soft attachment to thy senses as infants empty of all thought.
Are you weary of me?
Oh, Cressida! But that the busy day, waked by the lark, hath roused the ribald crows, and dreaming night will hide our joys no longer, I would not from thee.
Night hath been too brief.
Beshrew the witch. With venomous wights she stays as tediously as hell, but flies the grasps of love with wings more momentary swift than thought. You will catch cold and curse me.
Prithee, tarry. You men will never tarry. O foolish Cressid, I might have still held off, and then you would have tarried.
How now, how now? How go, maidenheads? Here you, maid. Where's my cousin Cressid?
Go hang yourself, you naughty mocking uncle. You bring me to do, and then you flout me too?
To do what? To do what? Let her say what? What have I brought you to do?
Come, beshrew your heart. You'll neither be good nor suffer others.
Alas, poor wretch, hath not slept tonight. Would he not, a naughty man, let it sleep?
Who's that at door? Good uncle, go and see. My lord, come you again into my chamber. You smile and mock me as if I meant naughtily. Come, you are deceived. I think of no such thing. How earnestly they knock. Pray you come in. I would not for half Troy have seen you here. Have you seen here?
Who's there? What's the matter? Will you beat down the door? How now? What's the matter?
Good morrow, Lord. Good morrow.
Who's there? My Lord Aeneas. By my troth, I knew you not. What news with you so early?
Is not Prince Troilus here?
Here? What should he do here?
Come, he is here, my lord. Do not deny him. It doth import him much to speak with me.
Is he here, say you? Is more than I know, I'll be sworn. For my own part, I came in late. What should he do here?
Oh, nay then. Come, you'll do him wrong ere you're ware. You'll be so true to him to be false to him. Do not you know of him, but yet go fetch him hither. Go.
How now? What's the matter?
My lord, I scarce have leisure to salute you. My manner is so rash. There is at hand Paris, your brother, the Grecian Diomed and Antenor delivered to us, and for him forthwith ere the first sacrifice within this hour. We must give up to Diomedes' hand the Lady Cressida.
Is it so concluded?
By Priam and the general state of Troy, they are at hand and ready to effect it.
Oh, my achievements mock me. I will go to meet them.
It's possible. No sooner got but lost. The devil take Antenor. The young prince will go mad. Plague upon Antenor. I would they broke his neck.
How now? What's the matter? Who is here? Why sigh you so profoundly? Where's my lord? Gone? Tell me, sweet uncle, what's the matter?
Would I as deep under the earth as I am above.
Oh, the gods, what's the matter?
To get thee in, who thou hadst ne'er been born. I knew that wouldst be his death. Oh, poor gentleman. A plague upon Antenor.
Good uncle, I beseech you. On my knees, beseech you, what's the matter?
Thou must be gone, wench, thou must be gone. Thou art changed for Antenor. Thou must to thy father and be gone from Troilus. 'Twill be his death. 'Twill be his bane, he cannot bear it.
Oh, you immortal gods, I will not go.
Thou must.
I will not, uncle. I have forgot my father. I know no touch of consanguinity, no kin, no love, no blood, no soul so near to me as the sweet Troilus. Oh, you gods divine, make Cressida's name the very crown of falsehood, if ever she leave Troilus. Time, force, and death, do to this body what extremes you can, but at the strong base and building of my love is as the very center of the earth, drawing all things to it. I'll go in and weep, tear my bright hair and scratch my praised cheeks, crack my clear voice with sobs, and break my heart with sounding Troilus. I will not go from Troy.
It is great morning, and the hour prefixed of her delivery to this valiant Greek comes fast upon. Good my brother Troilus, tell you the lady what she is to do, and haste her to propose.
Walk into her house. I'll bring her to the Grecian presently.
I know what 'tis to love, and would, as I shall pity, I could help. Please you walk in, my lords.
Be moderate, be moderate.
Why tell you me of moderation? The grief is fine, full, perfect that I taste, and violenteth in a sense as strong as that which causeth it. How can I moderate it? If I could temporize with my affection, or brew it to a weak and colder palate, the like allayment could I give my grief. My love admits no qualifying dross. No more my grief in such a precious loss.
Cressida, I love thee in so strained a purity that the gods take thee from me.
Have the gods envy?
Aye, 'tis too plain a case.
And is it true that I must go from Troy?
A hateful truth.
What? And from Troilus too?
From Troy and Troilus.
Is it possible?
And suddenly, we two, that with so many thousand sighs did by each other, must poorly sell ourselves with the rude brevity and discharge of one. Injurious time now with a robber's haste crams his rich thievery up. He knows not how. As many farewells as be stars in heaven, with distinct breath, consigned kisses to them. He fumbles into a loose adieu and scans us with a single famished kiss, distasted with the salt of broken tears.
My lord, is the lady ready?
I must then? To the Grecians?
There's no remedy.
A woeful Cressid amongst the merry Greeks.
Hear me, my love. Be thou but true of heart.
I true! How now? What wicked deem is this?
I speak not be thou true as fearing thee, but be thou true, say I, to fashion in my sequent protestation. Be thou true, and I will see thee.
Oh, you shall be exposed, my lord, to dangers as infinite, as imminent. But I'll be true.
And I'll grow friend with danger. Wear this sleeve.
And you this glove. When shall I see you?
I will corrupt the Grecian sentinels to give thee nightly visitation. Be yet be true.
Oh, heavens, be true again.
Hear while I speak it, love. The Grecian youths are full of quality. They're loving, well composed with gifts of nature, flowing and swelling o'er with art and exercise. How novelty may move and parts with person. Alas, a kind of godly jealousy, which I beseech you call a virtuous sin, makes me afeared. In this, I do not call your faith in question so mainly as my merit. I cannot sing, nor play at subtle games, fair virtues all, to which the Grecians are most prompt and pregnant. Be not tempted.
Nay, my good lord.
Come, kiss and let us apart.
Brother Troilus.
Good brother, come you hither, and bring Aeneas and the Grecian with you.
My lord, will you be true?
Who? I? Alas, it is my vice, my fault. Fear not my truth. The moral of my wit is plain and true. There's all the reach of it. Welcome, Sir Diomed. Here is the lady, which for Antenor we deliver you. At the port, Lord, I'll give her to thy hand. And by my soul, fair Greek, if e'er thou stand at mercy of my sword, name Cressida, and thy life shall be safe, as Priam is in Ilion.
Fair Lady Cressid, so please you, save the thanks this prince expects. The luster in your eye, heaven in your cheek, pleads you fair usage. And to Diomed you shall be mistress, and command him wholly.
Grecian, thou dost not use me courteously, to shame the zeal of my petition to thee in praising her. I tell thee, Lord of Greece, she is as far high soaring o'er thy praises, as thou unworthy to be called her servant. I charge thee, use her well, even for my charge, for by the dreadful Pluto, if thou dost not, I'll cut thy throat.
Oh, be not moved, Prince Troilus. Let me be privileged by my place and message to be a speaker free. When I am hence, I'll answer to my lust. And know you, Lord, I'll nothing do on charge. To her own worth she shall be prized.
Lady, give me your hand. And as we walk to our own selves, bend we our needful talk.
Hark, Hector's trumpet.
How have we spent this morning? The prince must think me tardy and remiss that swore to ride before him to the field.
'Tis Troilus' fault. Come to the field within.
The glory of our Troy doth this day lie on his fair worth and single chivalry.
Trumpet, now crack thy lungs and split thy brazen pipe. Blow, villain. Come, stretch thy chest and let thy eyes spout blood. Thou blowest for Hector.
No trumpet answers.
'Tis but early days.
Is not yon Diomed with Calchas' daughter?
Is he? Again, the manner of his gait, he rises on the toe. That spirit of his and aspiration lifts him from the earth.
Is this the Lady Cressida?
Even she.
Most dearly welcome to the Greeks, sweet lady.
Our general doth salute you with a kiss.
Yet but the kindness, but particular. 'Twere better if she were kissed in general.
And very courtly counsel. I'll begin. So much for Nestor.
I'll take what witter from your lips, fair lady. Achilles bids you welcome.
I had good argument for kissing once.
But that's no argument for kissing now. For this pop Paris in his hardiment and parted thus you and your argument. The first was Menelaus' kiss. This, mine. Patroclus kisses you.
Oh, this is trim. I'll have my kiss, sir, lady, by your leave.
In kissing, do you render or receive?
Both take and give.
I'll make my match to live. The kiss you take is better than you give. Therefore, no kiss.
I'll give you boot. I'll give you 3 for 1.
You're an odd man. Give even or give none.
An odd man, lady. Every man is odd.
No, Paris is not. For you know 'tis true that you are odd and he is even with you.
May I, sweet lady, beg a kiss of you?
You may.
I do desire it.
Why, beg then.
Why then, for Venus' sake, give me a kiss when Helen is a maid again and his.
I am your debtor. Claim it when 'tis due.
Never is my day, and then a kiss of you.
Lady, a word. I'll bring you to your father.
A woman of quick sense.
Fie upon her. There's language in her eye, her cheek, her lip. Hey, her foot speaks. Her wanton spirits look out at every joint and motive of her body. Oh, these encounters so glib of tongue that give accosting welcome ere it comes, and wide unclasp the tables of their thoughts to every ticklish reader. Set them down for sluttish spoils of opportunity and daughters of the game.
The Trojans.
Trojans, trumpet!
Trumpet!
Yonder comes the troop.
Hail, all you state of Greece. What shall be done to him that victory commands? Will you, the knights, shall to the edge of all extremely pursue each other, or shall be divided by any voice or order of the field? Hector bade ask.
Which way would Hector have it?
He cares not. He'll obey conditions. If not Achilles, sir, what is your name?
If not Achilles, nothing.
Therefore Achilles. But whatever, know this. In the extremity of great and little, valor and pride excel themselves in Hector. The one almost as infinite as all, the other blank as nothing. Weigh him well. And that which looks like pride is courtesy. This Ajax is half made of Hector's blood, in love of whereof half Hector stays at home, half heart, half hand, half Hector comes to seek the splendid knight, half Trojan and half Greek.
They are opposed already.
What Trojan is that same that looks so heavy?
The youngest son of Priam, a true knight, not yet mature, yet matchless, firm of word, speaking in deeds and deedless in his tongue, not soon provoked, nor being provoked, soon calmed. His heart and hand both open and both free. For what he has he gives, what he thinks he shows, yet gives he not till judgment guide his bounty, nor dignifies an impure thought with breath. Manly is Hector, but more dangerous. For Hector in his blaze of wrath subscribes to tender objects, but he in heat of action is more vindictive than jealous love. They call him Troilus, and on him erect a second hope, as fairly built as Hector. Thus says Aeneas, one that knows the youth, even to his inches, and with private soul did in great Ilion thus translate him to me.
They are in action.
Now, Ajax, hold thine own.
Hector, thou sleepest, awake thee.
His blows are well disposed. There, Ajax.
You must know more.
Princes, enough, so please you.
I am not warm yet. Let us fight again.
As Hector pleases.
Why then will I no more? Thou art, great lord, my father's sister's son, a cousin german to great Priam's seed. The obligation to our blood forbids a gory emulation twixt us twain. For thy commiction Greece and Trojan, so that thou couldst say, this hand is Grecian all. The sinews of this leg all Greek, and this all Troy. My mother's blood runs on the dexter cheek, and this sinister brown bounds in my father's, by Jove multipotent. Thou shouldst not bear from me a Greekish member, wherein my sword had not impressure made of our rank feud. But the just gods gainsay that any drop thou borrowest from my mother, my sacred aunt, thy mother, my sacred aunt, should by my mortal sword be drained. Let me embrace thee, Ajax. By him that thunders, thou hast lusty arms. Hector would have them all upon him thus. Cousin, all honor to thee.
I thank thee, Hector. Thou art too gentle and too free a man. I came to kill thee, cousin, and bear hence a great addition earned in thy death.
There is expectance here from both the sides. What further you will do?
We'll answer it. The issue is embracement.
If I might in entreaties find success, as seldom I have the chance, I would desire my famous cousin to our Grecian tents.
Aeneas, call my brother Troilus to me, and signify this loving interview to the expectors of our Trojan fault. Desire them home. Give me thy hand, my cousin. I will go eat with thee and see your knights.
Great Agamemnon comes to meet us here.
The worthiest of them tell me name by name, but for Achilles. Mine own searching eye shall find him by his large and portly size.
From heart of very heart, great Hector, welcome.
I thank thee, most imperious Agamemnon.
My well-famed lord of Troy, no less to you.
Let me confirm my princely brother's greeting. You brace of warlike brothers, welcome hither.
And who must we answer?
Noble Menelaus.
Oh, you, my lord. By Mars, this gauntlet, thanks. Mock not that I affect the untraded oath. Your quondam wife swears still by Venus' glove. She's well, but bade me not send her to you.
Name her not now, sir. She's a deadly theme.
Oh. Pardon, I offend.
I have, though gallant Trojan, seen thee oft, laboring for destiny, make cruel way through ranks of Greekish youth. But this thy countenance, still locked in steel, I never saw, till now I knew thy grandsire, and once fought with him. He was a soldier good, but a great Mars, the captain of us all, never saw like thee. Let an old man embrace thee, and worthy warrior, welcome to our tents.
'Tis the old Nestor.
Let me embrace thee, good old chronicle, that has so long walked hand in hand with time. Most reverend Nestor, I am glad to clasp thee.
I would my arms could match thee in contention, as they contend in thee in courtesy.
I wish they could.
By this white beard I fight with thee tomorrow. Well, welcome, welcome. I have seen the time.
I wonder how yonder city stands when we have here her base and pillar by us.
I know your favor, Lord Ulysses, well. Ah, sir, there's many a Greek and Trojan dead, since first I saw yourself and Diamond on Ilion on your Greekish embassy.
Sir, I foretold you then what would ensue. My prophecy is but half his journey yet, for yonder walls that pertly front your town, yon towers, whose wanton tops do bust the clouds, must kiss their own feet.
I must not believe you. There they stand yet, and modestly, I think. They fell of every Phrygian stone will cost a drop of Grecian blood, and in crowns all, and that old common arbitrator, time, will one day end it.
So to him we leave it. Most gentle and most valiant Hector, welcome. After the general, I beseech you next to feast with me and see me at my tent.
I shall forestall thee, Lord Ulysses, thou. Now, Hector, I have fed mine eyes on thee. I have with exact view, perused thee, Hector, and quoted, joint by joint.
Is this Achilles?
I am Achilles.
Stand fair, I pray thee, let me look on thee.
Behold thy fill.
Nay, I have done already.
Thou art too brief. I will the second time, as I would by thee, view thee limb by limb.
Oh, like a book of sport, thou read me over. But there's more in me than thou understandst. Why dost thou so oppress me with thine eye?
Tell me, you heavens, in which part of his body shall I destroy him? Whether there, or there, or there. That I may give the local wound a name and make distinct the very breach whereout Hector's great spirit flew. Answer me, heavens!
It would discredit the blessed gods, proud man, to answer such a question. Stand again. Thinkest thou to catch my life so pleasantly as to promenade in nice conjecture where thou wilt hit me dead?
I tell thee, yea.
Wert thou an oracle to tell me so? I'd not believe thee. Henceforth guard thee well, for I'll not kill thee there, nor there, nor there, but by the forge that stithied Mars his helm, I'll kill thee everywhere. Yea, o'er and o'er. You wise Grecians, pardon me this brag. His insolence draws folly from my lips, but I'll endeavor deeds to match these words, or may I never.
Do not chafe thee, cousin, and you, Achilles, let these threats alone. Till accident or purpose bring you to it. You may have every day enough of Hector if you have stomach.
I pray you, let us see you in the field. We have had pelting war since you refused the Grecians' cause.
Dost thou entreat me, Hector? Tomorrow do I meet thee, fell as death. Tonight, all friends.
Thy hand upon that match.
First, all you peers of Greece, go to my tent, there in full convive we, beat loud the tambourines, let the trumpets blow, that this great soldier may his welcome know.
My lord Ulysses, tell me, I beseech you, in what place of the field doth Calchas keep?
In Menelaus' tent, most princely Troilus. There Diomed doth feast with him tonight, who neither looks upon the heaven nor earth, but gives all gaze and bent of amorous view on the fair Cressida.
Sweet lord, be bound to you so much after we part from Agamemnon's tent to bring me thither?
You shall command me, sir. As yet to tell me of what honor was this Cressida in Troy. Had she no lover there that wails her absence?
Oh, sir. To such as boasting show their scars, a mock is due. Will you walk on, my lord? She was beloved. She loved. She is, and doth. But still sweet love is food for fortune's tooth.
Wine tonight. With my scimitar, I'll cool tomorrow. Okay. I'll heat his blood with Greekish wine tonight, which with my scimitar I'll cool tomorrow. How now, thou core of envy? Thou crusty batch of nature, what's the news?
Why, thou picture of what thou seemest, an idol of idiot worshippers. Here's a letter for thee.
From hence fragment.
Why, thou full dish of fool? From Troy.
Who keeps the tent now?
The surgeon's box, or the patient's wound.
Well said, adversity. And what need these tricks?
Prithee, be silent. Boy, I profit not by thy talk. Thou art thought to be Achilles' male varlet.
Male varlet, you rogue. What's that?
Why, his masculine whore.
Out, gal.
Finch egg.
Come, Thersites. Help to trim my tent. This night in banqueting must all be spent. Away, Patroclus.
With too much blood and too little brain, these two may run mad. But if with too much brain and too little blood they do, I'll be a cure of madmen. Here's Agamemnon, an honest fellow enough, but he has not so much brain as earwax. And the goodly transformation of Jupiter there, his brother, the bull, the primitive statue hanging at his brother's leg. To what form but that he is, should wit larded, with malice and malice forced, with wit turn into? To an ass were nothing. He's both ass and ox. To an ox were nothing. He's both ox and ass. To be a dog, a mule, a cat, a toad, a lizard, an owl, or a herring without a roe. I would not care. But to be Menelaus, I would conspire against destiny. Ask me not what I would be if I were not Aristides. Heyday, spirits and
We go wrong. We go wrong.
No, yonder 'tis. There will we see the lights.
I trouble you.
No, not a whit.
Here comes himself to guide you.
Welcome, brave Hector. Welcome, princes all.
So now, fair Prince of Troy, I bid good night. Ajax commands the guard to tend on you.
Thanks, and good night to the Greeks, General.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, sweet Lord Menelaus.
Sweet draught, sweet quoth he, sweet sink, sweet sewer.
Night, and welcome both at once to those that go or tarry.
Good night.
Old Nestor tarries. And you too, Diomed. Keep Hector company an hour or two.
I cannot, Lord. I have important business. The tide whereof is now. Good night, great Hector.
Give me your hat.
Follow his torch. He goes to Calchas' tent. Keep you company.
Come, come. Enter my tent.
That same Diamond's a false-hearted rogue, a most unjust knave. I will no more trust him when he leers than I will a serpent when he hisses. He will spend his mouth and promise like Brabbler the hound. But when he performs, astronomers foretell it. It is prodigious. There will come some change. The sun borrows of the moon when Diomed keeps his word. I will rather leave to see Hector than not to dog him. They say he keeps a Trojan drab and uses the traitor Calchas' tent all after. Nothing but lechery, all incontinent varlets.
What, are you up? Speak.
Who calls?
Where's your daughter?
She comes to you.
And where the torch may not discover.
Cressida comes forth to him.
How now, my charge?
Now, my sweet guardian, hark, a word with you.
Yea, so familiar.
You will see any man at first sight.
And any man may sing her, if he can take her cliff, she's noted.
Will you remember?
Remember, yes.
Nay, but do then, and let your mind be coupled with your words.
What should she remember?
Sweet honey Greek, tempt me no more to folly.
Roguery.
Nay, then.
I'll tell you what.
Fo, come, Telepin, you are forsworn.
In faith, I cannot. What would you have me do?
A juggling trick. To be secretly open.
What did you swear you would bestow on me?
I prithee, do not hold me to mine oath. Bid me do anything but that, sweet Greek.
Good night.
Hold patience.
Now, Trojan.
Diomed.
No, good night. I'll be your fool no more.
I better must.
Hark, one word in your ear.
Oh, plague madness.
You're moved, Prince. Let us depart, I pray you, lest your displeasure should enlarge itself to wrathful terms. This place is dangerous. Time right deadly. I beseech you, go.
Behold, I pray you.
Hey, good Lord, go off. You flow to great distraction. Come, my lord.
I pray thee, stay.
You have not patience. Come.
I pray you, stay. By hell and all hell's torments, I will not speak a word.
And so good night.
Nay, but you part in anger.
Doth that grieve thee? Oh, with her truth.
Why, how now, Lord?
By Jove, I will be patient.
Guardian, why Greek?
Fo, I adieu, you palter.
In faith, I do not. Come hither once again.
You shake, my lord, at something. Will you go? You will break out.
She strokes his cheek.
Come.
Nay, stay. By Jove, I will not speak a word. There is between my will and all my offenses a guard of patience. Stay a little while.
How the devil luxury tickles these together. Fry, lechery, fry.
But will you then?
In faith, I will. Law, never trust me else.
Give me some token for the surety of it.
I'll fetch you one.
Have sworn patience.
Fear me not, sweet lord. I will not be myself, nor have cognition of what I feel. I am all patience.
Now, the pledge. Now.
Here, Diomede, keep this sleeve.
Oh! Beauty, where is thy faith?
My lord.
I will be patient. Outwardly I will.
You look upon that sleeve. Behold it well. He loved me. Oh, false wench. Give it me again.
Whose wast?
It is no matter. Now I have it again. I will not meet with you tomorrow night. I prithee, Diomede, visit me no more.
Now she sharpens. Well said, Whetstone.
I shall have it.
What, this?
That.
Oh, all you gods. Oh, pretty, pretty pledge. Thy master now lies thinking in his bed of thee and me, and sighs and takes my glove and gives memorial dainty kisses to it, as I kiss thee. Nay, do not snatch it from me. He that takes that doth take my heart withal.
I had your heart before. This follows it.
I did swear patience.
You shall not have it, Diomede. Faith, you shall not. I'll give you something else.
I will have this. Whose was it?
It is no matter.
Come, tell me whose it was.
'Twas one's that loved me better than you will. But now you have it, take it.
Whose was it?
By all Diana's waiting women yond, and by herself, I will not tell you whose.
Tomorrow will I wear it on my helm, and grieve his spirit that dares not challenge it.
Wert thou the devil, and warest it on thy horn, it should be challenged.
Well, 'tis done, 'tis past, and yet 'tis not. I will not keep my word.
Why then, farewell. Thou never shalt mock Diomede again.
You shall not go. One cannot speak a word, but it straight starts you.
I do not like this fooling.
Thersites?
You're muted.
Nor I, by Pluto, but that likes not you pleases me best.
What, shall I come? The hour?
I come. Oh, Jove. Do come. I shall be plagued.
Farewell till then.
Good night. I prithee come. Troilus, farewell. One eye yet looks on thee, but with my heart the other eye doth see. Ay, poor our sex. This fault in us I find, the error of our eye directs our mind. What error leads must err. Oh, then conclude, minds swayed by eyes are full of turpitude.
A proof of strength she could not publish more, unless she said, my mind is now turned whole.
All's done, my lord.
It is.
Why stay we then?
To make a recordation to my soul of every syllable that here was spoke. But if I tell how these two did co-act, shall I not lie in publishing a truth? Sith yet there is a credence in my heart that doth invert the attest of eyes and ears, as if those organs had deceptuous functions, created only to calumniate. Was Cressida here? She was not, sure.
Most sure she was.
Why, my negation hath no taste of madness.
Nor mine, my lord. Cressida was here, but now.
Let it not be believed for womanhood. Think, we had mothers. Do not give advantage to stubborn critics, apt without a theme for deprivation. To square the general sex by Cressid's rule, rather think this not Cressid.
What has she done, Prince, that can soil our mothers?
Nothing at all, unless that this were she.
Will he swagger himself out on On's eyes?
This she? No, this is Diomede's Cressida. If beauty have a soul, this is not she. If souls guide vows, if vows be sanctimonies, if sanctimony be the god's delight, if there be rule in unity itself, this is not she. Oh, some discourse. That cause sets up with and against itself by fold authority, where reason can revolt without perdition, and loss assume all reason without revolt. This is and is not Cressid. Within my soul there doth conduce a fight of this strange nature, that a thing inseparate divides more wider than the sky and earth. And yet the spacious breadth of this division admits no orifex for a point as subtle as Ariocne's broken woof to enter. Instance, instance! Strong as Pluto's gates, Cressid is mine, tied with the bonds of heaven. Instance, instance! Strong as heaven itself, the bonds of heaven are slipped, dissolved and loose, and with another knot, 5-finger tied, the fractions of her faith, or it's of her love. The fragments, scraps, the bits, and greasy relics of her o'er-eaten faith are bound to Diamede.
May worthy Troilus be half attached with that which here his passion doth express?
Aye, Greek, and that shall be divulged well in characters as red as Mars his heart, inflamed with Venus. Never did young men fancy with so eternal and so fixed a soul. Hark, Greek, as much as I do Cressid love, so much by weight hate I her Diomede. That sleeve is mine that he'll bear on his helm. Were it a cast composed by Vulcan's skill, my sword should bite it.
He'll tickle it for his concupy.
Oh, Cressid, false Cressid, false, false, false. Let all truths, untruths stand by thy stained name, and they'll seem glorious.
Oh, contain yourself. Your passion draws ears hither.
I have been seeking you this hour, my lord. Hector, by this, is arming him in Troy. Ajax, your guard, stays to conduct you home.
Have with you, Prince, my courteous lord adieu. Farewell, revolted fair, and Diomede, stand fast and wear a castle on thy head.
I'll bring you to the gates.
Accept distracted thanks.
Lechery, lechery. Still wars and lechery. Nothing else holds fashion. A burning devil take him.
Where is my brother Hector?
Oh, bid my trumpet sound.
No notes of sally for the heavens, sweet brother.
Be gone, I say, the gods have heard me swear.
The gods are deaf to hot and peevish vows. They are polluted offerings, more abhorred than spotted livers in the sacrifice. It is the purpose that makes strong the vow, but vows to every purpose must not hold. Unarm, sweet Hector.
Hold you still, I say. Mine honor keeps the weather of my fate. Lie every man holds dear, but the brave man holds honor far more precious dear than life. How now, young man? Means thou to fight today? No, faith, young Troilus, doff thy harness, youth. I am today in the vein of chivalry. Let grow thy sinews till their knots be strong, and tempt not yet the brushes of the war. Unarm thee, go, and doubt thou not, brave boy, I'll stand today for thee and me and Troy.
Brother, you have a vice of mercy in you, which better fits a lion than a man.
What vice is that, good Troilus? Chide me for it.
When many times the captive Grecian falls, even in the fan and wind of your fair sword, you bid them rise and live.
Oh, 'tis fair play.
Fool's play, by heaven, Hector.
How now? How now?
For the love of all the gods, let's leave the hermit pity with our mothers. And when we have our armors buckled on, the venomed vengeance ride upon our swords, spur them to ruthful work, rein them from ruth.
Troilus, I would not have you fight today.
Who should withhold me? Not you, my brother, with your true sword drawn, opposed to hinder me, should stop my way, but by my ruin.
They hold upon him, Priam, hold him fast. He is thy crutch now, if thou lose thy stay. Thou on him leaning, and all Troy on thee fall altogether.
Come, Hector, come. Go back. Thy wife hath dreamed. Thy mother hath had visions. Cassandra doth foresee, and I myself am like a prophet, suddenly enwrapped to tell thee that this day is ominous. Therefore come back.
Aeneas is afield, and I do stand engaged to many Greeks, even in the faith of Valor, to appear this morning to them.
Aye, but thou shalt not go.
I must not break my faith.
Oh, Priam, yield not to him.
This foolish, dreaming, superstitious girl makes all these bodements.
Oh, farewell, dear Hector. Look how thou diest, look how thine eye turns pale, look how thy wounds do bleed at many vents, hark, how Troy roars, how Hecuba cries out, how poor Andromache shrills her dolours forth. Behold distraction, frenzy, and amazement, like witless antics, one another meet, and all cry, Hector, Hector's dead. Oh, Hector.
Away, away!
Farewell. Yet soft, Hector, take my leave. Thou dost thyself and all our Troy deceive.
You are amazed, my liege, at her exclaim. Go in and cheer the town, we'll forth and fight. Do deeds worth praise and tell you them at night.
Farewell. The gods with safety stand about thee.
They are at it. Hark! Proud Diomede, believe I come to lose my arm or win my sleeve.
Do you hear, my lord? Do you hear?
What now?
There's a letter from yon poor girl.
Let me read.
Horse and Disick. Horse and rascally Disick so troubles me, and the foolish fortune of this girl. What one thing and what another, that I shall leave you one of these days. I have a rheum in mine eyes, too, and such an ache in my bones that unless a man were cursed, I cannot tell what to think on it. What says she there?
Words, mere words. It's no matter from the heart. The effect doth operate another way. Go, wind! To wind! There! Turn and change together. My love with words and errors still she feeds, but edifies another with her deeds.
They are clapper clawing one another. I'll go look on. That dissembling, abominable varlet, Diomed, has got that same scurvy, doting, foolish young knave sleeve of Troy there in his helm. I would fain see them meet, that same young Trojan ass that loves the whore there might send that Greekish whore masterly villain with the sleeve back to the dissembling luxurious drab of a sleeveless errand. Oh, the other side, the policy of those crafty swearing rascals, That stale old mouse-eaten dry cheese, Nestor, and that same dog fox, Ulysses, is proved not worth a blackberry. They set me up. In policy, that mongrel cur Ajax against that dog of as a bad a kind Achilles. And now is the cur Ajax producer than the cur Achilles. And will not arm today, whereupon the Grecians begin to proclaim barbarism, and policy grows into an ill opinion. Soft. Here comes Sleeve and the other.
Fly not! For shouldst thou take the river Styx, I would swim after.
Thou dost miscall retire. I do not fly, but advantageous care withdrew me from the odds of multitude. Have at thee!
Hold thy whore, Grecian. Now for thy whore, Trojan. Now the sleeve, now the sleeve!
What art thou, Greek? Art thou for Hector's match? Art thou of blood and honor?
No, no. I am a rascal, a scurvy, railing knave, a very filthy rogue.
I do believe thee. Live.
God a mercy, that thou wilt believe me, but a plague break thy neck for frightening me. What's become of the wenching rogues? I think they have swallowed one another. I would laugh at that miracle. Yet, in a sort, lechery eats itself. I'll seek them.
Go, go, my servant. Take thou Troilus' horse. Present the fair steed to my lady Cressida. Fellow, commend my service to her beauty. Tell her I have chastised the amorous Trojan, and am her knight by proof.
I go, my lord.
Renew, renew. Patroclus taken or slain, haste we, Diomed, to reinforcement, or we perish all.
Go, bear Patroclus' body to Achilles, and bid the snail-paced Ajax arm for shame. There's 1,000 Hectors in the field, and there the strawy Greeks ripe for his edge. Fall down before him, like the mower's swath. Here, there, and everywhere he leaves and takes dexterity, so obeying appetite, that what he will does, he does so much. That proof is called impossibility.
Oh, courage, courage, princes! Great Achilles is arming, weeping, cursing, vowing vengeance. Patroclus' wounds have roused his drowsy blood, together with his mangled meridians, a noseless, handless hack and chip. Come to him, lying on Hector. Ajax has lost a friend and foams at mouth, and he is armed and at it, roaring for Troilus, who has done today mad and fantastic execution, enraging and redeeming of himself, and with such a careless force and forceless care, as if that luck, in very spite of cunning, bade us win all.
Troilus, thou coward Troilus!
Aye, there, there!
So, we draw together.
Where is he? Where is this Hector? Come, thou boy Troilus, show thy face. Know what it is to meet Achilles angry. Hector? Where's Hector? I will none but Hector.
Troilus, thou coward Troilus, show thy head.
Troilus, I say, where's Troilus?
What wouldst thou?
I would correct him.
Were I the general, thou should have my office ere that correction. Troilus, I say. What, Troilus?
Oh, traitor Diomed! Turn thy false face, thou traitor, and pay the life thou owest me for my horse!
Art thou there?
I'll fight with him alone. Stand, Diomed.
He is my prize. I will not look upon.
Come both, you cogging Greeks! Have at you both!
Yea, Troilus? Oh, well fought, my youngest brother.
Now do I see thee. Ha! Have at thee, Hector.
Pause if thou wilt.
I do disdain thy courtesy, proud Trojan. Be happy that my arms are out of use. My rest and negligence befriends thee now, but thou anon shalt hear of me again. Till then, go seek thy fortune.
Fare thee well. I would have been much more fresher man had I expected thee. How now, my brother?
Ajax hath ta'en Aeneas. Shall it be? No, by the flame of yonder glorious heaven, he shall not carry him. I'll be ta'en too. Or bring him off. Fate, hear me what I say. I reck not, though I end my life today.
Stand. Stand, thou Greek. Thou art a goody mark. No? Wilt thou not? I like thy armor well. I'll frush it and unlock the rivets all. But I'll be master of it. Wilt thou not, beast, abide? Why then fly on, I'll hunt thee for thy hide.
Come here about me, you my myrmidons. Mark what I say. Attend me where I wheel. Strike not a stroke, but keep yourselves in breath. And when I have the bloody Hector found, impale him with your weapons round about. In fellest manner execute your aims. Follow me, sirs, in my proceedings I. It is decreed, Hector the Great must die.
The cuckold and the cuckold maker are at it. Now bull, now dog, Lou Paris Lou. Now my doubled hen sparrow, Lou Paris Lou. The bull has the game, where horns ho.
Turn, slave, and fight!
What art thou?
Oh, line, a bastard son of Priam's!
I'm a bastard too. I love bastards. I'm a bastard begot, bastard instructed, bastard in mind, bastard in valor, in everything illegitimate. One bear will not bite another. And wherefore should one bastard? Take heed, the quarrel's most ominous to us. If the son of a whore fight for a whore, he tempts judgment. Farewell, bastard.
The devil take thee, coward!
Most putrefied core, so fair without thy goodly armor, thus have cost thy life. Now is my day's work done. I'll take good breath, rest. Sword, thou hast thy fill of blood and death.
Look, Hector, how the sun begins to set. How ugly night comes breathing at his heels. Even with the veil and darkening of the sun, too close to the day up, Hector's life is done.
I am unarmed. Forgo this vantage, Greek.
Strike, fellows, strike! This is the man I seek. So, Ilion, fall thou next. Now, Troy, sink down. Here lies thy heart, thy sinews, thy bone, and myrmidons, and cry you all amain. Achilles hath the mighty Hector slain. Hark, a retire upon our Grecian part.
The Trojan trumpets sound alike, my lord.
The dragon wing of night o'erspreads the earth, and stickler-like the armies separate. My half-supped sword frankly would have fed, pleased with this dainty bait. Thus goes to bed. Come, tie his his body to my horse's tail. Among the field, I will the Trojan trail.
Hark, hark, what shout is that?
Peace, drums.
Hector's slain, and by Achilles.
If it be so, yet bragless let it be. Great Hector was a man as good as he.
March patiently along, let one be sent to pray Achilles see us at our tent. If in his death the gods have us befriended, great Troy is ours, and our sharp wars are ended.
Stand ho! Yet are we masters of the field. Never go home. Here we starve we out the night.
Hector is slain.
Hector, the gods forbid.
Gods forbid.
He's dead. And at the murderer's horsetail, in beastly sort, dragged through the shameful field. Frown on, you heavens! Affect your rage with speed. Sit, gods, upon your thrones, and smile at Troy. I say it once, let your brief plagues be mercy, and linger not on our sure destructions on.
My lord, you do discomfort all the host.
You understand me not that tell me so. Hector is gone. Who shall tell Priam so? Or Hecuba? Let him that will a screech owl eye be called, go into Troy and say there, Hector's dead. There's a word. Will Priam turn to stone? Make wells and Niobes of the maids and wives, old statues of the youth, and in a word, scare Troy out of itself. But march away, Hector is dead. There is no more to say. But stay yet. You vile, abominable tents, thus proudly pitched upon our Phrygian plains. Let Titan rise as early as he dare. I'll through and through you. Strike a free march to Troy, with comfort go. Hope of revenge shall hide our inward woe.
But hear you,
Hence, broker lackey, ignominy and shame, pursue thy life, and live I with thy name.
A goodly medicine for my aching bones. Oh, world. Thus is the poor agent despised. Oh, traitors and bawds, how earnestly are you set at work, and how ill requited. Why should our endeavor be so loved, and the performance so loathed? What verse for it? What instance for it? Let me see. Full merrily the humble bee doth sing, till he hath lost his honey and his sting. And being once subdued in armed tale, sweet honey and sweet notes together Good traders in the flesh, set this in your painted cloths. As many as be here of Pandar's hall, your eyes half out weep out at Pandar's fall. Or if you cannot weep, yet give some groans, though not for me, yet for your aching bones. Brethren and sisters of the whole door trade, some 2 months hence my will shall here be made. Till then I'll sweat and seek about for eases, and at that time bequeath you my diseases.